Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe, guys. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year. I know it's a lot, but make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So today we're going to do one of those lists that I normally do. The top 5 things that I think we desperately need in War Thunder right now, and that would make it like the game will completely change if they actually add those things. These are big things, more focused on obviously aircraft, because the channel is focused on that, even though I plan to actually try to get into more other type of content in the future, but I tend to just stay where I actually have knowledge about, and it doesn't matter if I'm going to make tank gameplay, if I'm going to die 10 times without killing somebody. So yeah, that would be a problem, right? But still, so let's get into it. The first thing, I think many will agree with me, is realistic RWRs. RWRs. I already did some videos talking about this. I already did even some lists that of stuff that I hope that it's added, but the objective of this video is to just 5 things that I think is just needed in the state of things, you know. So one of them is realistic RWRs. As you know, the RWR in War Thunder is pretty simple. It just shows you where kinda the target is when pinging you, or basically whatever the distance or the direction of a radar is, kinda, and also basically when it's locking you. That's pretty much it. That could be a thing on very early RWRs, so 60s at RWRs especially, you know. I always remember the SPO-10 of the MiG-21Bs of the DCS. You can basically have only these 2 informations, kind of pings and a general direction where they are coming from, and also the lock. Being locked where it's coming, the lock and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's basically where it stands right now. But after a while, I mean, even in helicopters, we have other types of systems like the MAW systems that basically avoids missiles and tells you where the missile is coming from and other stuff. But on RWR specifically, because the MAW system is actually an integrated system with active radars and other systems like that, but a proper RWR, like at least the late 70s, early 80s RWRs, would say a lot more information. I plan to actually do a video talking specifically about this, comparing to DCS on how it is in War Thunder right now, probably tomorrow, but still, it needs to tell the distance of the target, how many targets are there, the type of target, if it's a ground radar, air radar, for example. Even in some RWRs, some NATO standard RWRs, you can even say what type of aircraft is actually locking you. So a MiG-29, an F-15, or whatever, right? So many of the aircraft that we already have in game would have this type of RWR, like the Mirage 2000, like the F-16, the F-14. Maybe I don't remember, because it is a very early F-14 that we have, but also the Berioza in the SPO-15 in the Russian aircraft as well. It would say many more other information, including many targets, distance for the target, even the distance for the missile. I don't know in NATO standard RWRs, but for example in Russian RWRs, the Berioza specifically, you can say the distance on where the missile is coming. So for example, if a missile is coming, it will say the semi-active missiles or active missiles, it will say the distance that missile is coming to you. So yeah, very cool, right? So I don't think it works with semi-active, probably just active missiles, but still, doesn't matter. It's still one of those things that it would help a lot on the survivability of aircraft. And in the future, I hope we see that. The second thing is obviously the enduring confrontation, RB modes. We can be very general over here. I think there is EC maps on basically the way that everything is. So yeah, we already have EC maps, but they are kind of limited, as you know, and they don't have too many objectives. And normally they are not even kind of enduring confrontation. They take like on the max side of things, sometimes takes 10, 15, 20 minutes on those maps, and it's very hard to even see those in high tiers. So people really dislike them on the map rotation there, but still it's one thing that I think we definitely need more of these maps, or at least a separated map with RB, with a similar mode as simulator. Simulator is already pretty amazing to fly, but it's simulator. I would still love to see an RB with third person and stuff mode for people that wanted to play like that. Maybe at first in only one server, but I guarantee a lot of people would like to see. They just need to put the servers there and people will play it. It's just as simple as that. I don't know if it's a grind kind of problem, or I really don't understand why they don't do that. So yeah, just normal bigger maps or longer battles with more realistic kind of engagements, not just the normal short matches with 5 minutes in the map, right? The third thing is kind of a very general thing, but still I think you will understand what I'm saying. Basically less grind focused gameplay. So right now, even with the smaller maps, I think the smaller maps kind of basically reiterate this kind of line of thinking. Everything is just focused on grind, and the point of the game is not to grind. It's actually to play with the aircraft that you like, with the tank that you actually like. And I'm not blaming anybody, the players or Gaijin actually. I just think that it should have kind of a focus. I mean, Gaijin should just maybe, I mean, it's just my opinion, but maybe kind of have some kind of form that they don't tend to rely that much on the grind to actually make people play or something. I don't know. I feel like after it's just a personal feeling actually, because after I got into the content creators partnership with Gaijin, the game and basically everything became a little bit easier, obviously, because I get a little bit of golden eagles and I get premiums and stuff that I can do rentals and videos about and stuff. The grind kind of it was just less grind than before. I still have to grind for stuff, but it's just less a little bit, right? And I just felt that, I mean, after that the game just became like 500% better for me. Without the line of thinking of grind, you can just play with whatever you want. The game becomes so much better, man. You have no idea. So maybe it's kind of a mindset of people stop playing for the grind, together with game modes that Gaijin can do, and other minor things with different missions and stuff, with dynamic campaigns, maybe more PvE kind of engagements, stuff that it's more engaging in general, to be just a little bit less focused on the grind, quick-paced battles that we have right now, and more focused on the gameplay itself. It would be more healthy for everybody, and also more healthy for the life of the game. I think you would have a lot more time, and the more aircraft we get, the more vehicles that we get, the bigger it will be the life of that as well, of the game in general. So it's just my opinion, but I think the game is much better when you have less grind. And I know a lot of people, they're not where they want it to be. They're not with the aircraft that they wanted to play, so they grind and grind and grind. But then when they actually hit that aircraft, most of the players go for another thing. They need that dopamine rush, right? So they go to another aircraft and they go to another tank and they just try to grind a little bit more. So that would help a little bit. I think the players and Gaijin could help each other on that front. The fourth thing is ground raiders. Kind of a minor thing, but still, I think it needs to be added. There's not that many aircraft that have ground raiders, that could have ground raiders right now. But the more we go into the future, more ground raiders will be necessary. it would help a lot, especially with new EC maps and different objectives and stuff. Ground Raiders would be very fun to use. It would just add to the level of complexity to the game, and especially to the level of realism, so that aircraft like the Tornado, for example, have a little bit of spice, so that it's actually fun to play with something like that, right? And different. So yeah, Ground Raiders for every aircraft that had it, it would be very, very fun. I think they will add it at some point anyway, but still. And the fifth and final thing that I wanted to talk about is a general point of view as well that we kind of needed right now, or basically different objectives for battles, or more dynamic campaigns, or more dynamic engagements, more engaging situations that you get in. The best thing, the most fun that I had in the game is normally playing simulator with friends, or when I did that event that I told you guys about and I actually played it before and stuff. I've been kind of AFK from that event just because I moved out from apartments. But there you have many objectives that you gotta do, and it's just dynamic. Whatever the players need on the ground, you need to do and help and intercept and all sorts of missions that you gotta do, right? And it just becomes a lot better, a lot more engaging, especially with other players. So that's the main objective of multiplayer, obviously, to play with others and just have fun, you know. And the way that everything is right now, it becomes a little bit of repetitive, right? You get into a match, it doesn't matter if it's a tank or a ship or anything like that. If you're not playing simulator battles, which is a little bit different, normally it will be very, very straightforward, just TDM kind of situations, or bombing some targets and going back to base, or in the type of tank is just kind of TDM with some like flags and stuff. So more engaging situations. Missions like the rush mode of Battlefield, for example, would be very, very engaging. I know they kind of don't like asymmetric playstyles and asymmetric maps and stuff, but I still think that for maybe not for everybody, but for some players, asymmetric kind of line of thinking in battles and maps and stuff would be very, very fun. It just adds to the difficulty and the engaging situations that you get in. So yeah, kind of a general idea of more objectives, more battles, different types of missions, but still I think these 5 things are needed for air, but also as a general in the game. I think it would be very, very cool to see that. Okay guys, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about my 5 things that we need in War Thunder to make the game a little bit better. And also leave it in the comments, what are your 5 things that you really want in the game. Not specific like, oh, I want the Su-27. Of course, we always want a specific vehicle, but more in the sense of making the game better. An aircraft will not make the game better. It's the same game, but it's a little bit more fun because it's a special vehicle that you like. But what are the things that really makes you wonder why it's not in game, and what would make the game itself a lot better? The more we talk about it to each other, more the community will be engaged, and maybe it will get to guide you. So yeah, we love this game, and we want it. We really want this game to be better and better and better. So yeah, but basically this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So bye guys, see ya.